What's going on, people, and welcome back to Rootz TV. Baller League UK has officially arrived, and if you want news, opinions, and a bit of goss as well, then you know where to come, Rootz TV. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, starting off with production, something that I know quite a bit about. And I've got to say, as much as it's great to have it on Sky Sports, and great to have, you know, in the Copper Box Arena, the production was lacking. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, there's too much waffle in between, not enough information on the players, because essentially that's what we're here to buy into. Yes, obviously it helps that you've got influencers and ex-pros and celebrities with all of these millions of followers to lure people in, but essentially we're not watching them on the pitch. We're watching the players on the pitch. So we need to know about the players. It's all well and good telling us that Jesse's played with Harry Kane once upon a time, but we need to know what he's done since then, and he's done a lot since then. So show us some highlights, show us some goals, show us what they did in the Ballers trial. You know, give us some relevant information, even some off-the-cuff information that we might need to know to buy into that player. Do you know what I'm saying? So with that sort of thing, we definitely need to up the levels in terms of production and just random facts about the players, because that's who we're buying into, and that's something that a lot of these YouTube teams that we watch on a weekly basis do so well. We buy into these players rather than just knowing that they was once upon a time an ex-pro at this club, that club, and all the rest of it now. So definitely to buy into that. The 4 hours, I'm not gonna lie, it dragged on a little bit. It definitely could have been shortened down into 2 hours. I think we, or I say we, not even we, I think they dragged on a lot of the information that we didn't really necessarily need to know. You know, we could have had a bit more rivalry between the two teams. The quizzes, I don't know if the quizzes needed to be there. Essentially, you could have just had it old school and just said, this is your first pick, your second pick, your third pick, and so on and so forth. Take it back to these days, you know what I'm saying? Like, where you pick a player and that's it, you go on to the next one. Did we really essentially need to do that? And then also, I think there was something wrong with the audio, because a lot of the team managers were not hearing who was picked. Like, you had that awkward incident with Dave.
Number 53, Clarimo. We have Clarimo.
He's just been chosen. The first player was taken. Remy Clarimo was taken.
That could have been avoided, even down to like the Angry Ginge moment where he just wanted a striker and just like, oh, I'll take you.
I'm going to ask you who wants to play for United.
Okay.
That's what I'm fucking talking about.
Who wants it? Apologies for any unsavoury language. Who wants to
Come
play
on,
Ginger's team?
Where do you play? Where do you play?
I mean, who's getting the choice?
No, not you, sorry. You shoot, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, these are the sort of moments that need to be ironed out going forward, which I'm sure they will be, but essentially this is what you guys are here for, just that unbiased opinion on someone that knows small-sided football quite well. Anyway, let's get more into it. I made some notes, hence the reason why I got the laptop. So there's 12 teams involved, all led by celebrities, ex-pros, you name it, football experts. And how it works is that apparently there's 15-minute halves, and there's a huge twist to the regular 6-a-side rules. Let's see the huge twist. So in the final 3 minutes of each half, the teams are reduced to 3 players per side. Interesting. Goalkeepers are also not allowed to use their hands. So basically doing rush keeper, I get it. Okay, makes it more interesting. While long range goals count as double. Nice, okay. The competition begins on March the 24th, so that's 2 weeks from now. And with the 4 teams taking part in the semi-finals and finals to determine the season's winner. Right, so at the end of this video, I'm going to give my predictions who's going to make the semi-finals at least. And then the other thing as well, £25 a ticket. Now, I know they got to make money. They've got to make money from this, because each player is getting paid reportedly £400, which is great. I'm happy for all the players involved, especially the ones that I know and have been on this channel. So £400 a week for the next 10 weeks is nice. It's nice. But £25 a ticket, I don't know. It depends on what these guys going down there are getting in terms of value for money. You know, I'm just thinking about little Johnny, who's going there purely because Angry Ginge is one of the team managers. Do you know what I'm saying? So are they getting access to that influencer? Are they getting access to that said celebrity? Are they getting access to the players? Or are they just going to watch 6 games back to back to back to back and then just go off home? So hopefully there's something in line for little Johnny or little Mary or whoever, just to kind of interact more with the influencers, because essentially that's the reason why they're there, right? So hopefully that £25 goes a long way. Right, let's get into the other awkwardness of the selection of the players, because there's a lot of non-league players in there, meaning there's a lot of non-league managers at home thinking, rah, am I going to get him out on a Tuesday night or out on a Saturday? And the answer might be no, because they might get injured. And again, if they're getting paid £400 a week at Baller League for 30 minutes, or they're getting paid, I don't know, let's say £150 a week for a non-league game for 90 minutes, I have a funny feeling what they're going to prioritise is going to be Baller League, especially with the eyes, the coverage, the opportunities, the networking and all the rest of it now. So a lot of phone calls were probably been had this morning, if not last night, if not a couple of weeks ago, saying, okay, you're playing for us, but at the same time, make sure you don't get injured at this Baller League because we need you, especially towards the back end of this season. And another one, goes Bexley Heath, you in trouble. Let's be honest, we're here at Goals Wembley where it goes down, but a lot of players, a lot of notable players, i.e. KO5, Fitz, Dom Perez, Arjun, play for teams that are in that league. So that league, essentially, that star power is going to take a hit. But it's only for 10 weeks, Goals Bexley Heath, so relax. You'll be fine. You'll get over it. Brad Tass is still there. Montel's still there. So, you know, you'll be all right. Let's get into these teams now. Oh, by the way, I've got to say, these team names, bit of a stinker. Like, they need to be more recognisable, man. Like, I'm within sports side of football a lot. And a lot of the team names usually are like play on words, funny, but some of them, they're unrecognisable. Like, you've got to have team names that people recognise, because otherwise, if you're going to this blind and thinking, oh, where's the invincible teams? Oh, they're called so-and-so. Oh, where's, Angry Ginger's team? Oh, that makes more sense, United. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that relates back to the said influencer that's involved within that team. That's what I would have said anyway, in terms of team names. But let's get into these teams and the people that I know that have been on this channel especially. So starting off with the 26ers, John Terry's team. Decent name, obviously John Terry wore the number 26 for a number amount of years, so it makes sense. Freddie Morris was helping him out on the night, and I'm guessing he's going to be the coach on the night as well. Jardel Sterling, shout out Jardel, shout out Bongo Boy, should I say. You know, first pick, you know, so again, big statement there. Trusted in the defensive prowess of Jardel. And oh yeah, shout out Highgate Albion, I swear, that's the last time I've seen him as well, so guessing, Adam, you've seen him from early. But Jardel, great signing. Bilal Sayed used to play for Coventry back in the day, done the rounds in terms of non-league football, Wingate and Finchley, if I remember correctly. I think that's why I last seen you, mate. But yeah, big signing there. Saka-san, Somali baller, hashtag United, does his thing on a regular basis for hashtag. And then obviously you got Jordan Ibe as well. Now at Hungerford Town, in fact, it's just down the road, not too long ago, Hayes and Yedin. Once upon a time, Liverpool, Bournemouth, finding his feet back in the game again. So 26ers, got a lot of noticeable names in there, a lot of ballers in there that people might know, especially if you're aware of online football. Deport Trio. So this is what I'm talking about, Deport Trio. You would think these are a team of Spanish players, but Deport Trio is Alan Shearer, Micah Richards, and Gary Lineker. Surely it would have made sense to have their podcast name rather than Deport Trio, but anyway, I digress. So some of the notable names from Deport Trio: Bakary Sakho, used to play for Crystal Palace, West Brom, so now at Deport Trio, so fair play. Adam Dawson, Mancunian, freestyler, got tricks for days. Make sure you watch out for people. If you know, you know. Zach Fagan, started off at Arsenal, Welling, Herne Bay, Whitehawk, probably more noticeable recently for SC Dons, done a stint on pitches like this. So again, he's used to small-sided football. And of course, Marvin Sordell, once at Watford, Bolton, Burnley. I think he even put on a shirt for the Wall as well. That was it, yeah. And I think he's now at Kettering Town, so plied his trade in non-league, but again, ex-pro. So Deport Trio have got a strong lineup there as well. FC Rules the Worlds, managed by Clint 419. They got Michael Edwini, once on the books of Newcastle United. Josh Harris, I'm sure he was at Man United. Yep, he was at Man United. And Tariq Holmes-Dennis at Corinthian Casuals. Okay, so decent little team there. Clint 419, my namesake. M7, managed by Mini Minter. You got Jesse Waller-Larson, again, hashtag United's finest. But again, you get linked to Harry Kane. I get it, Harry Kane, big name, but at the same time, he's done bits since then. So, I don't know, sort it out. The researchers need to do more research, you know what I'm saying? Femi Akinwande, Mr. Bills Paid. Billericay Town's finest, man. This guy knows the back of the net. So again, if you want bets on or odds on who's going to be top goal scorer, he'd be a safe bet for sure. Sam Fitzgerald, Mr. Donny Blinder himself, he's leaving Stars and SC Dons behind to go and play for Mini Minter's team, M7. And of course, you've got Arjun Young in there. All Nations, B2R's finest. I hear it, Mini Minter. You picked some ballers in there. Moving on to MVPs United, managed by Alicia Lehman and Maya Jama. Not too many names I know in there. The one notable name in there, I would say, is probably Declan McCarthy, goalkeeper. I think he plays for Fareham Town. He's got millions of followers online. I think he's got 2 million followers on TikTok. So there you go. In terms of coverage, not only are you going to get coverage from Baller League UK from that side, but obviously from his side as well in terms of his online presence. So decent selections there. N5 FC. Now this is managed by the Invincibles. Now it's a bit of odd name. I'm not gonna lie, N5. You would have gone for Invincibles FC surely, would have made more sense. But managed by Jens Lehmann, Robert Pires and Freddie Lundberg. You've got the goalkeeper Owen Locke, you've got Adrian Mariappa, once upon a time of Watford, now at Wealdstone in non-league. And also you've got James Allaby as well, who's playing at Welling right now. Got his own podcast, Baller Talk Podcast. Make sure you check it out. Santan Dave. Yo, listen, Santan, he's smart. South London boy. Obviously had to go from Mike Hill, Rayners Lane, Lamberfall Stars, Saha, you name it. If you watch Sunday League football, you know. But now, obviously at Rayners Lane, baller, clips gone viral galore. I think at the Santan Cup, was it last year? He slapped someone before, put it in the back of the net. You know you're going to get a viral moment out of him for sure. Luca Valentine. Luca, I don't even know if you play ball no more. You're a model or a baller now? What's going on, Luca? But Luca Valentine, definitely a player to watch out for. Sharky, SDS FC, probably the best kit in the league as well. Play down here quite regularly with the boys. First player that they signed, Bruno Andrade, fantastic baller, playing for Kettering Town, I believe. Cole De Silva, Bishop Stortford. I've seen him a couple months ago at a Sunday League game as well. Come on, man, I knew you was a baller, come on. David Marquez Castaño. We're doing government names now. Also known as Diddy, of course. Shout out Diddy. I'm gonna say you've got a club now, but keeps telling man he's retired apparently. And Big John, of course. You guys all know Big John. If you watch UTR content, if you watch, loads of social content in general, been on Soccer AM, fantastic baller, goalkeeper, got a left foot ping on him. Yeah, big team. Treble FC, managed by Luis Figo. Shout out Manny as well from Top Baller. I'm guessing he's going to be the coach, the brains behind the team. And Luis Figo's more the face, but they got some ballers in there. Montel from Love Island, playing at Billericay right now, right back. Baller though, got his own small-sided team. Reggie from UTR, shout out Reggie as well. And it wasn't listed on any websites, but I know they got Smalls, aka Amin, balled out actually on this pitch many years, so definitely one to watch out for as well. Another team, Vision FC, managed by the brothers Toby and Manny. Henry Lansbury, Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, to name a few, okay? One of the ex-ballers in this league, and it's interesting to see how many ex-ballers or current ballers that are actually in this as well. I thought it would have been more like small-sided players, but you've got a lot of ex-ballers that are in this, so again, definitely one to watch out for. Curtis Herbert, I wonder where I've heard that name before. Obviously KL5, one of the veterans in the scene, sits alongside me many a times on this pitch and other pitches as well. I think they're one of the oldest in there, but again, with that brings experience. Everyone knows him within small-sided football, so again, watch out for him as well. Jerome Sinclair used to play for Liverpool and Watford. Baller, winger, nippy. Wonder if he's still got it. I'm sure he still has. Pharrell Mensah, once upon a time of the Wall. Saha, P Rose as they call him. But again, another team to watch out for, Vision FC. Wembley Rangers, managed by Uncle Ian Wright, Chloe Kelly. Mr. Domingos Perez, one of the first drafts for the team. interesting signing. Why I say that is because he's going to have to be committed to one shirt. You know how to get that in there. But Don Perez, of course, fantastic baller. SE Dons, Baiteze, All Nations, you name it, B2R. He's played for all of them within the small-sided scene. And aggressive player, tenacious player, but hell of a left foot. Definitely watch out for him. Juan Pablo, again, going back in the day to, what was it, the futsal days, back for Rance's team. GB Orange, baller, very religious as well, one to watch out for. And of course, Ruben Jr., once of Baiteze, now ploughing his trade in non-league football as well. So again, what a player that they've got there. Great team now, Wembley Rangers. United, last but no means least, managed by Angry Ginge. Shout out Sam Cox as well. Cadell Daniel, baller, if you know, you know. Michael Hector, once of Fulham, once upon a time. PK, of course, PK Humble. And Mehdi, aka Donny. And Harry Kane, not the Harry Kane, but Coach Kane. Big online following as well, so again, he brings a lot to the table. So a lot of strong players in that team, a lot of strong players in general. In terms of the 4 that I'm going to select, in fact, I'll leave that to the end. Now, to the concept itself, can it work? Now, I've seen this tried and tested so many different times over the years. Bearing in mind, I've been involved in quite a few of them. So let's go as far back as the Replay Me League. Again, the idea was there, but the execution wasn't. Let's put it like that. Then moving on to Stars League, which is pretty much a carbon copy of this concept. Shout out Money and everyone that was involved in that. Over in Billericay, you can still see it online. A lot of people that you might know in the scene were involved in that. A lot of influencers that you might know were involved in that. Harry Pinero, Big Nasty, Professor Green. And again, had the similar concept of having those influencers as managers, and then some of those same sort of players were involved in that as well, but just didn't quite get it over the line. So again, hopefully they might learn from that. Anyone that's involved in Baller League UK might have a look at that and see what worked and what didn't work from that, and then can apply it going forward for this concept. But it has been applied previously before. I think this is like the 4th time this has been tried, this concept. And again, it's been working over in Germany. Baller League Germany's been working fine. So I'm just hoping that they can let us know a bit more about the players themselves. Obviously we're there, and the big online following and the presence is from the influencers themselves, the managers themselves, but we also need to buy into the players themselves, because they're essentially who we're watching on a weekly basis. Now, as promised, I'm going to give you my predictions early doors, man. I'm not going to beat around the bush and say, oh, I'll let you know as time goes on. I'll let you know from now. And if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But as I mentioned before, 4 go into the semi-finals, and I just judged off those names. The first team that I'm going to pick, it's got to be SDSFC. I'm going to go SDFC. They're going to make it into the semis. I'm also going to go for Vision FC. You can't knock the fact that you've got Henry Lansbury, an ex-pro in there, and you've got Kurt in there as well. So I'm going to put them in there. Ooh, who else are we going to say? I've got to say Mini Minter's team, just based off the fact you've got Femi in there, goals galore. You've got Fitz in there, Donny Blinder, and you've got Arjun. That's a lot of experience in there, and obviously Jesse. So that's the 3rd team. And then the last team that I'm going to predict to be in the semi-finals, I think I'm going to go for the 26ers, John Terry's team. Again, you've got Jardel, solid at the back, Bilal, Sak Hassan, and then of course you've got Jordan Ibe as well. So those are going to be my predictions for the semi-finals in there. Ooh, how did I, that's, saying that though, hold the phone, Wembley Rangers, ooh. That's a tough one. Ew. Now, I'm still going to stick with it. Am I? I don't know. It's harder than it looks. Anyway, those are my 4. I could be wrong. Wembley Rangers is going to be in there as well, with a shout. And then also, I'm going to say United, Angry Ginger's team, because he knows about grassroots football. He knows what it takes to win. And he's got a good coach with him, with Sam Cox. So those are going to be my 2 outside teams as well. But I'm going to stick with the 4 that I selected. But let us know in the comment section below who's going to make the semi-finals. And if there's anything else that you would like to find out from me going forward, I'm going to try and make this a weekly thing. every single, let's say every single Tuesday, because obviously the game's going to be on a Monday. Every single Tuesday, I'm going to revise the game itself, what happens, break it down. You never know, I might even get the call up to go to one of them live in the flesh. But anyway, if you managed to get this far in the video, thank you guys for watching as always. And keep it green, keep it seen on Rootz TV. Peace.